From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. We have a new wildfire in the area, and this one is very interesting. The Tiger Creek fire burning in the Blue Mountains in Umatilla County, because this started off as a prescribed burn, and now it's a proper wildfire. It's 400 acres. It's burning off of Tiger Canyon Road outside of Milton Freewater, again in Umatilla County. You can find all sorts of information about that fire online at applevalleynewsnow.com. On to the Williams Mine fire, still 41% contained, burning to the south of Mount Adams. We're likely not going to see a lot of smoke from this one, but we could see some air quality reductions in and around the other fire that we were talking about. So around Walla Walla, around Milton Freewater, that's where we can maybe see a little bit of haze or smoke in the equation for today. Temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s, now below freezing in Ellensburg, we're getting there in Yakima, so in these areas you would probably have to break out the ice scraper. At least there's a non-zero chance of that for this morning. A little bit later today, it's going to be mild/warm, plenty of sunshine, tracking a storm system into Friday, and then on the other side of that, it's looking like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. But I have a lot more to say about this storm system for Friday coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the Kennewick Police Department releases more information on the arrest of a middle school student, why they say students are the ones who stepped up. The Pasco Fire Department names a new deputy fire chief. Hear his story and what he hopes to do as he navigates his new role in the department. And 2 College Place police officers awarded for saving the life of a local man. Their story is coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald, in for Jessica this morning. The Kennewick Police Department says national trends are growing closer to home in our region closer to home in our regional schools when it comes to threats. This comes after a Highlands Middle School student was arrested after authorities say they made a credible threat against the school. However, despite this situation, local authorities have been busy with investigating threats that turn out not to be credible. Commander Isaac Merkel with Kennewick PD says they still want students to report if they hear or see anything suspicious.
After last week's incident at Kamaikan and then this week, are we seeing a rise in this around the city?
Every year there are threats to schools across the nation. I couldn't tell you there's a specific rise right now. I can tell you that nationally we have seen a lot of these ghost threats, which are social media threats not related to Kennewick schools that get shared rapidly throughout different groups and can get tagged with school names and stuff like that, and then it looks like it's a threat to our school.
KPD is asking parents to continue having conversations with their kids about the seriousness of these kind of threats. He also says in 80% of school shootings across America, at least one person knew it would occur. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says a 67-year-old Ephrata woman is hospitalized after being attacked by 6 pit bulls. A neighbor heard the woman's cry for help and called 911 Tuesday morning. Officials say her condition is not known at this time. GCSO says the dog owner surrendered all 6 dogs to animal control for a 10-day hold at the Grant County Animal Reach. The Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce and Home Builders Association are hosting an elected leaders reception tonight. The event is from 4:30 until 6 p.m. at the Reach Museum in Richland. 123 invitations were sent out to elected leaders anywhere from the city to the ports, counties, and school districts. The event is an opportunity to meet and greet along with ask questions to the elected officials. It's open to everybody. If you register online, the cost is $34, and if you pay at the door, it'll be $44. The city of Pasco welcomes in a new deputy fire chief. The new fire chief is Tim Harkins. Harkins is now active in this role. Previous to this position, he served at the Kennewick Fire Department from 2000 to this last August. Harkins says this role is different from any he's previously had in his firefighting career.
Exciting. I never envisioned myself in this role. I've always been very operationally minded. I really enjoy being physically out on the street, responding on emergencies, and delivering the customer service firsthand.
Harkins says within this new role, he has the opportunity to focus on prevention, training, and developing new skill sets. 2 College Place police officers have been awarded life-saving awards for saving a local man's life. Officers Eric Adams and Austin Dennis responded to the home of Robert Van Mierlo, who was in cardiac arrest. The 2 officers went to work immediately doing CPR until medics from the College Place Fire Department could get to the scene. Robert was taken to the hospital and ended up making a full recovery. The officers are being credited with saving Robert, who was able to thank them at a recent city council meeting. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, communities continue to search for the missing after Hurricane Helene, while other areas try to pick up the pieces. And First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your First Alert forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick, now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
Every holiday season, you have in-laws in despair, the twins in the office, and Uncle Teddy on the sofa. Sounds like it's time for a serious sleep upgrade. During the pre-holiday sale at Denver Mattress. Shop today and save because everything is on sale. Like the Queen Size Summit, now only $332.49. Save $200 on all Doctor's Choice hybrid mattresses and get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Or get 48 months no interest and free shipping. The pre-holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
The savings continue with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Get 5 gallons of Super S Agri Plus hydraulic fluid for $29.99. Save $15 on a 20-pound bag of Halo Elevate dog food. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Sky Dome tent. Plus, all regular price Dickies pants are 20% off. Save for fall with our latest mailer online or in store at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC, like Dancing with the Stars, The Golden Bachelorette, and the all-new High Potential. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a chilly start out there this morning as we have temperatures in the 20s, 30s, and 40s in Kittitas County, 27 for Cle Elum, 30 for Ellensburg. In those locations in particular, you might have to break out the ice scraper. Then in the Yakima Valley, 33 right now in Yakima proper. So this is also an area where you might have to defrost things for this morning. We're at 35 for Sunnyside, a little bit warmer in Union Gap as we're at 40 degrees. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, also 30s and 40s, 36 for the Tri-Cities, 40 for Hermiston, 41 up towards the Hanford site. And then also 30s and 40s for the foothills of the Blues, 41 for Milton Freewater, 38 for Pendleton, and 20s for Meacham and Ukiah. Here's your day planner for today. By 8 a.m., we should still be in the 30s and 40s, a little bit warmer as always in the foothills of the Blues and Walla Walla. And then by lunchtime, all of us near 60 degrees, plenty of sunshine. And then by the time we get to the peak of daytime heating, 60s and 70s, 70 for the Tri-Cities, 67 for both Ellensburg and Yakima. So a little bit later today, like I just mentioned, highs ending up in the 60s and 70s will be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. Pretty light winds, and this is the calm before the storm. We do have a storm system into tomorrow. I'll talk about the timing of the rainfall chances in terms of a percentage, and also how much rainfall we could actually extract from the storm system. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Hurricane Helene hit Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and North Carolina hard. Recovery efforts are at a critical stage as Helene's death toll across the southeast creeps up. Sherelle Hubbard has the story.
The worst of Hurricane Helene may still be untold.
We are still searching.
Hundreds of people are believed to be missing. In one Tennessee community Wednesday, loved ones held up photos.
What about these families that are waiting to hear about their families? When are they going to get the closure they need?
Anxiously awaiting status updates on their loved ones.
We are trying our best to bring answers and closure to families about their loved ones.
More than 4,500 federal personnel are helping in recovery efforts in hard-struck areas. FEMA says the terrain in some areas may complicate recovery efforts.
As we look at the infrastructure damages to water, to the cell lines, to power, the ability to get those turned back on is going to be complicated just by the way Appalachia is configured.
With many failed roads, many crucial supplies are being delivered by airdrop, and in some cases, mule train. Wednesday afternoon, Vice President Kamala Harris toured debris in Augusta, Georgia.
There's a lot of work that's going to need to happen over the coming days, weeks, and months.
Also Wednesday, President Joe Biden finally getting a first-hand look at the cataclysmic conditions left in Helene's wake in western North Carolina. He pledged every available resource to assist in the recovery efforts.
The United States, the nation, has your back. The nation has your back. We're not leaving your back on your feet completely.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
The president ordered the deployment of up to 1,000 active duty soldiers to help speed up delivery of crucial aid into communities in North Carolina. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, how a national day was celebrated in our region for the price of a cup of coffee and some time well spent with local law enforcement. That story coming up. We'll be right back.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer ya?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Businesses, community organizations, and people of all walks of life have joined together for Riverfest 2024. Riverfest is free family fun entertainment featuring exhibitors, live music, and vendors showcasing all the benefits of our river system. Join us on Saturday, October 5th from 10 to 3 at Columbia Park in Kennewick. Find out more at riverfestwa.com or on Facebook. Riverfest 2024. Our rivers, our life. Bring the whole family.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course, it's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary, and we're having a gigantic sale.
Take advantage of our best prices of the year.
And interest-free financing.
David, you do know anniversaries only come once a year, right?
Yes, and if you miss ours, you'll be sorry.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Now that's good.
What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Women are using this new dating rule. Men who have six-pack abs and make over six figures.
Good luck.
Next live, Florence Pugh and Jake Shears. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, today is going to be a gorgeous day outside. We'll have plenty of sunshine. Highs in the 60s and 70s will be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. 69 for Walla Walla, 70 for the Tri-Cities, 67 in Yakima. And we'll have some very light breezes out of the south and east up in the Cascades for today. Then for tonight, clear skies, overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s, 38 for the Tri-Cities, 37 for Yakima, 39 for Hermiston. I'm thinking for most spots, it's probably just going to be a little bit too warm to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Okay, so we have the storm system that's rolling in for Friday. Let's time out those shower chances. We're thinking they're going to arrive in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys by the late morning, and then by the early afternoon, that's when it should arrive to the lower Columbia Basin and to the foothills of the Blues. And then we're going to see things start to dry out in Yakima, in the Yakima Valley by the early evening, but it's going to be by the late evening for the Kittitas Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue foothills. That's when those areas are expected to dry out. Now, if we had to put a percentage to the chances that these individual locations would see rainfall for tomorrow, it's about a 40 to 50% chance. So in essence, it's a coin flip. In terms of the amount of rainfall we're going to be able to siphon from the storm system, maybe half an inch up in the Cascades, less than a tenth of an inch to the east of the Cascades. And I'll show you what this means in terms of the big picture coming up a little bit later in the show, how badly we need the rainfall and how much this storm system is going to help out with that effort. We have these little shower chances into Tuesday and Wednesday. Those aren't looking too significant, and high temperatures will stay in the 60s and 70s over the next 7 days, so pretty seasonal stuff, at least in the Tri-Cities. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A 50-50 chance of showers for Friday, drying out by Saturday, then highs climbing back up into the mid to upper 70s early next week. For Yakima, a chance of wet weather arrives late tomorrow morning. A smaller shower chance for Tuesday, highs in the 60s through Saturday, then back into the 70s on Sunday. For Ellensburg, winds and rain chances picking up for Friday. Another little chance for rain on Tuesday, likely not escaping the 60s through Saturday, but 70s after that. Then for Hermiston, a coin toss of a shower chance for tomorrow, almost certainly dry by Saturday, and then near 70 degrees through Saturday, warming up after that. Then for Walla Walla, a bit breezy and wet for tomorrow afternoon and evening, but not a washout, sunny and very comfortable for a beautiful weekend ahead.
Thank you, Josh. Commanders and cappuccinos, lieutenants and lattes, whatever your favorite drink is, community members enjoyed a coffee with local law enforcement for National Coffee with a Cop Day. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen attended the Kennewick Police Department's event and brings us more.
Here at Rockabilly Coffee, KPD got together with community members to get to know each other on a personal basis over a hot cup of coffee.
I think access to law enforcement is important. The public being able to come up to any officer, and we believe that's important.
Events like Coffee with the Cop is for building relationships with the community. Kennewick Police Department Commander Isaac Merkel tells me building public trust is the cornerstone to providing effective law enforcement.
This is one of those events that reinforces that and says, hey, we'd like to meet with you. While this is an event today, understand that we believe that's the concept every single day. We would hope the public would come and talk to us if they're in need, or if they just want to talk to us about how they think we can improve.
Commander Merkel says he wants the public to know they can come talk to officers, not only if they need help, but also just to say hi. Richard Vadalamente says there's a thought police officers are scary.
Part of the problem is simply familiarity. They read about crime and they read about gun violence, and they don't connect with the police as people in their community who are as much concerned about it as they are.
Kagan Cox is the owner of Rockabilly Roasting. He says they host this event for a reason.
It's a great way to spend time with the police officers, but also a good entryway for other people that want to visit with them. So it's just a lot of fun.
Commander Merkel says events like these show the community officers are there for them, but they're also people just like them.
Don't be afraid. It may take a little courage to come up, but as we have these events, we're asking people and showing people, come talk to us. We want you to talk to us.
This is the Kennewick Police Department's last Coffee with a Cop this year. But Commander Merkel says there are plenty other community events happening for the rest of the year. And for more information on those events, just visit our website, applevalleynews.com. In Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Olivia Rodrigo fans can rejoice. She's releasing a concert special on Netflix. We've got that and other entertainment headlines when we return.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone, and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Discover Curve Appeal in Kennewick, your personalized med spa. Experience our one-on-one services and treatments designed to make you look and feel your best. From laser hair removal or electrolysis to Botox or body contouring and laser treatments, we tailor our services to your unique needs. Our medical professionals ensure you leave feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Ready to look and feel your best? Visit curveappealtc.com to schedule your consultation.
Women, were you exposed to dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Whites and Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
I am ready to find the second great love of my life.
The Golden Bachelorette, sponsored locally by Legends Casino Hotel. Fun is how we roll.
She was lured to your apartment.
Judy is back in the courtroom with all new cases and only on Apple Valley News Now.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
It's the greatest harvest on earth. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday.
Welcome back. Olivia Rodrigo's latest tour heads to streaming, and John Boyega is set to play a music legend.
Rick Damagella has more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Fans can now get Olivia Rodrigo back on streaming. The singer's Guts World Tour will be released as a concert special on Netflix. Taped in Los Angeles and featuring songs from Rodrigo's second album, the event will be available beginning October 29th.
I'm one of the biggest pop stars in the world, but I've always seen myself a little less evolved.
Robbie Williams' new look. The British singer gets a CGI monkey as a stand-in for the upcoming musical biopic Better Man. This is your first look at the film, which will see the musician replaced by the primate in every scene. John Boyega's musical new role. The Star Wars actor is set to portray late soul legend Otis Redding in the forthcoming biopic Otis and Zelma. The film is set to document the decade-long love story Redding shared with his wife Zelma. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
So heading back to that first story, concerts that head to streaming. I was a little skeptical about this, and then I saw Taylor Swift's Eras tour on, because I couldn't afford tickets or anything. But watching it, not as good as a concert, but still a little bit of the experience.
Yeah, but like when you're actually there in the venue, you can feel the vibrations. You're with other people that are also enjoying the music. It's not as cool if you can get there by way of your Roku remote.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, it's a debate dilemma. We break down the drama happening in Washington's 4th District, why one candidate is being shut out of the debates while 2 others are at odds with one another. Plus, WSU Tri-Cities has a new facility for people looking to discuss the future of clean energy. We'll be right back with the next half hour after this.
Save through Monday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including saving up to $8 on Rain-X Longitude wiper blades. Hot price to just $11.99. Bi-Mart, celebrating 20 years of employee ownership.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them.
Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families,
forcing them onto private insurance
that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
Because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits.
And neither can we.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Let me take a look. Millions came aboard for the premiere of Dr. Odyssey. It's scintillating, glam, and gorgeous. Just what the doctor ordered.
Becoming some kind of team, huh?
Tonight, the journey continues.
I love Singles Week.
Could be a life raft.
There!
She's crashing.
Defib, now.
Dr. Odyssey, new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Apple Valley News Now is home to great shows like Shark Tank, Jimmy Kimmel, and Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
One great idea can change your life.
That's what Shark Tank does.
That's the American dream right there.
This calling is for my kids.
What you've done is remarkable.
I'm going to make you an offer.
One of the most innovative things I've seen in my life.
This could be our biggest deal ever.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank season premiere October 18th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Next ET, our Jussie Smollett exclusive, why he deserves a second chance after his 2019 hate crime hoax. Plus, Grey's Anatomy stars are spilling the ET.
Next ET. Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now. Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
We just spent the entire break talking about that biopic for Better Man about Robbie Williams and the CGI monkey.
It's an interesting concept.
It's an interesting concept.
Sure. Yeah.
It's an interesting concept. I'm still lingering on it. Anyways, what can we expect for our weather today?
Not as interesting of a concept, but a very good concept, as it's going to feel very fall-like out there. Right now, you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart, and we're already seeing some of those pastel colors up in the sky. We'll have mostly sunny skies throughout the day, so this will be a beautiful image. It's already a beautiful image now, but it'll be a beautiful image into the afternoon as well. Temperatures this morning very chilly, down into the 30s and 40s, 33 in Yakima, 36 in the Tri-Cities, 43 in Walla Walla. In particular, for portions of the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, you might have to break out the ice scrapers. Those temperatures are right around freezing, if not below freezing. So this morning in the Tri-Cities, you'll need a heavy jacket, just like with most locations across the viewing area, but by 10 this morning should be light jacket stuff, and then into the afternoon should be t-shirt weather, so we'll have highs up into the 70s. So for today, when it's all said and done, highs will end up in the upper 60s to low 70s, 70 for the Tri-Cities, 71 for Hermiston, 68 in Ellensburg. Plenty of sunshine, light winds, a very nice day, but we do have rainfall that's on the way for tomorrow, and I'll tell you how much that's going to help out with the drought situation at large. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Republican candidates for Washington's 4th District, Dan Newhouse and Jared Sessler, appear to be at odds over their debate schedule. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us one point of contention, whether Democratic write-in candidate Charissa Boyd should have a seat at the table.
In Washington state, only the top 2 candidates from the primary show up on the November ballot, regardless of party affiliation. But there is another option, becoming a write-in candidate.
You just have to be a legal registered voter within the district. They basically have to fill out a form with the Secretary of State. It needs to be filed with them before 8 p.m. on Election Day.
That's what Democrat Charissa Boyd decided to do.
I want to be able to open the door for minorities and for anyone. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, or indifferent. I want everyone to have the same opportunities.
Boyd says she was originally asked to run in the primary.
But I just recovered from 2 major back surgeries, and I wasn't quite ready. That was around in January. I saw that we lost in the primary, and I felt that this was our only chance to flip the seat here in this district. And if it's not done this time around, it'll probably never happen.
Write-in candidates often face an uphill battle.
Their information does not appear in any of the publications or on the ballot, so write-in candidates are typically, you have to get your name out through other methods like signing and, doorbelling and those kinds of things.
Boyd says another challenge, not being included in public forums. Under Washington state law, candidates are not required to do debates. When they do, it's not up to them who participates.
The group that's putting it together can either exclude or include different candidates, so there really is no rules.
Write-in candidates typically aren't included, but Boyd says they should be.
Because we are an option for the people. And without us involved, the community does not know who to choose, or they have no other options.
Republican challenger Jared Sessler says he agrees.
And we believe that everybody that's involved in that process should be included, and we also believe that the Democrat Party should know that Charissa Boyd is there and that they can write her name in if they don't want to vote for somebody in the Republican Party.
Boyd says she believes Sessler has another motive.
He's going based on the premise that if I'm included and I'm there, that I will give the votes to him.
When asked about Boyd's presence taking away votes from Newhouse, Sessler said Newhouse's campaign is reliant on taking Republican votes away from himself.
Or to recruit, Democrats to vote for him. And those are his only 2 sources.
Boyd says she's only been invited to 2 events, the South Grant County Chamber Candidates event and the Yakima Valley Landlords debate, both with Sessler but not Newhouse.
Have you tried to reach out to Newhouse to be a part of more debates with him?
No, actually in the beginning I reached out on Facebook, and because a lot of people read social media, and I invited him. There's no response. But other than that, I have not reached out.
Sessler says Newhouse's campaign staff previously agreed to 7 debates, including the 2 events Sessler appeared at with Boyd.
These are general forums that he agreed to go to, and he hasn't shown up.
However, communication from Newhouse's campaign manager shows Newhouse scheduled for only 2 upcoming debates, hosted by local TV stations.
We were trading information back and forth on what dates might work, and there might have been 7 total dates that might work, but there was never a conversation about there would be 7 debates.
And I did also want to ask, would you be in support of Boyd attending one or both of those debates?
The one that's a write-in candidate? I'll respect the decision of the television station that said that they're not going, if they're not on the ballot, that they're going to not include her, so I'll respect that decision.
Was that something that your campaign requested, or was that something that the news station said themselves?
That was their decision at the outset, and I like I said, I'll support their decision.
Sessler says since neither event will include Boyd, he will not be attending either of the two debates. In Kennewick, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
In your national political headlines, President Joe Biden is expected to travel to Florida and Georgia today to survey storm damage caused by Hurricane Helene. Biden will make stops in Tallahassee and Perry, where he will also take an aerial tour of the devastation. The president will then head to Georgia in the afternoon to meet with officials and discuss recovery efforts. This comes after Biden approved additional federal funding for the state. A federal appeals court in Washington, D.C. has given the go-ahead for a prediction market to offer election betting. The move denies a government watchdog's request to halt a ruling that made way for legal political gambling in the United States. Kalshi is an online platform where users can bet on the outcomes of future events. The platform lets Americans bet on which party will control the House and Senate in 2025. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission had argued that the wagers were illegal and could harm the integrity of elections. Representative Dan Newhouse gathered with state and local leaders to celebrate the opening of the WSU Tri-Cities Institute for Northwest Energy Futures. The 17,000 square foot facility has office spaces, a high bay area, and a leasable laboratory space, all for the people working to tackle the complex transition to clean energy. There's also a community classroom the Institute plans to expand later on in its next phase, which will be able to bring both community members and researchers in for discussion.
It's very exciting because we'll be at the forefront of that technology. In fact, some of the work that comes out of this, I'm thinking, will probably impact the policies of the future because of what we learn here.
The facility is located at 2892 Pauling Avenue in Richland. Administrative staff moved into the building in August. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the port strike now on day 3. How will this affect people in our region? And First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full First Alert forecast. We'll be right back.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course! It's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary sale.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Businesses, community organizations, and people of all walks of life have joined together for Riverfest 2024. Riverfest is free family fun entertainment featuring exhibitors, live music, and vendors showcasing all the benefits of our river system. Join us on Saturday, October 5th from 10 to 3 at Columbia Park in Kennewick. Find out more at riverfestwa.com or on Facebook. Riverfest 2024. Our rivers, our life. Bring the whole family.
The savings continue with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Get 5 gallons of Super S Agri Plus hydraulic fluid for $29.99. Save $15 on a 20-pound bag of Halo Elevate dog food. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Sky Dome tent. Plus, all regular price Dickies pants are 20% off. Save for fall with our latest mailer online or in store at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist put you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
The Palouse. There's no place like it on earth.
I'm a fifth generation farm boy. We've been doing this since 1875.
It's harvest time on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Women are using this new dating rule. Men who have six-pack abs and make over six figures.
Good luck.
Next live, Florence Pugh and Jake Shears. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another beautiful fall day as well. High temperatures in the 60s in Kittitas County will be pretty close to room temperature. In fact, right at room temperature in Ellensburg, 68 degrees. Plenty of sunshine. The winds today, for a change, aren't going to be in the Kittitas Valley. They'll actually be up in the Cascades, gusting out of the south and east upwards of 20 miles per hour. Then in the Yakima Valley, pretty light winds overall. Also filling room temperatures. We're going to be in the mid to upper 60s, 67 for Sunnyside, 68 for Toppenish, 68 for Union Gap. Also mostly sunny skies here. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, we'll have temperatures that'll be in the 60s and 70s as well. 70 for the Tri-City, 63 for Boardman, 68 for Prosser. Also plenty of sunshine. It's going to be the same thing in the Blue Foothills. The high temperatures will be the same. 71 for Pilot Rock, 70 for Milton Freewater, 69 for Meacham. Also, we'll see some light winds. Okay, now pivoting to the storm system for tomorrow, let's talk about what this is going to end up, what the rainfall is going to end up doing to our rainfall deficit that we have for the 2024-2025 rainfall and water year. And keep in mind that the new year started on October 1st, so just a couple days back. So the current deficit that we have right now is inflated, but technically we are 100% behind where we should be because we haven't had any rain since October 1st. But if the storm system does what we think it might do, then we'll certainly cut into those deficits. We'll still have a deficit at large, but trending in the right direction. I'll put an actual amount to how much rainfall we're expecting for tomorrow, and I'll time it out. And all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
The port strike that's halting the flow of many U.S. imports and exports enters day 3. So far, there's no word on significant progress between the union and the organization that represents the shipping companies. John Lawrence reports.
The roughly 50,000 striking members of the International Longshoremen's Association are vowing to picket all day and all night until their ultimatums are met.
I'm not asking for the world. They know what I want.
The ILA is demanding an annual $5 per hour pay hike over a 6-year contract and for the current ban on fully automated equipment to remain in place.
If they keep putting machinery to take our jobs, who's going to pay the income tax? Machines are not. Who's going to pay for the military, the roads, everything?
The U.S. Maritime Alliance, which represents major shipping lines, terminal operations, and port authorities, says it has offered wage increases of more than 50% over the 6-year contract and is, quote, committed to bargaining in good faith.
We're not greedy. We just working people, blue-collar people that works a lot of hours to maintain that everything they need, they get, and we want to make sure we get what we need.
Until a deal is reached, the transfer of goods along the east and Gulf coasts will be stalled. So, what does this mean for U.S. shoppers? Not much, at least not yet. But analysts and retailers say the longer the standoff, the further the ripple effect. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Trade experts say fruits could be some of the first products affected by the strike. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the morning sprint is on the way. Everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh and I will bring you some trending headlines this morning. We'll be back after this.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
I've always had an eye for opportunity. As a kid, I was hustling, selling candy, mowing lawns, you name it. That drive never left me. The first time I tasted crumble, it was clear to me this was more than just a cookie. From that moment, I knew this was a chance to bring the taste of something new to our neighborhood, but I couldn't do it alone. That's where Happel came in. With their support, I was able to secure the loan that brought Crumble to our community. Where do you credit union?
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Now that's good.
What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Your favorite judge is back in the courtroom with all new cases.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Is that our luggage rack?
Fix that thing. Gorilla Tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive for a hold that lasts for the toughest jobs on planet Earth. And for a clear fix, try Crystal Clear Gorilla Tape.
These hands are working hands. My hands are the most important tools I have. You need to take care of them. That's where O'Keefe's comes in.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC, like Grey's Anatomy, 911, and Abbott Elementary. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon, on your side.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to end up being a gorgeous day outside. Plenty of sunshine. High temperatures in the 60s and 70s. 67 for Sunnyside, 67 for Yakima, 70 for Tri-Cities. Will be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. Pretty light winds, although they could gust out of the south and east, upwards of 20 miles per hour in the Cascades. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s. Clear skies. I'm thinking it's probably going to be just a little bit too warm to have to protect the outdoor the pets, the plants, and the plumbing, but still pretty chilly stuff out there. Then we're tracking that storm system for tomorrow, so let's show you when we're expecting the shower chances to arrive for each respective location. Into the late morning hours is when we're expecting it to arrive for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. For the lower Columbia Basin and for the Blue Foothills, we're expecting it to arrive into the early afternoon. Then we're expecting a drying out period for the Yakima Valley by the early evening, but in all likelihood that's probably going to happen by the late evening for the Kittitas Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the foothills of the Blues. Now, if we had to put a percentage point to each location in terms of whether or not you'll actually see wet weather for tomorrow, we're going with 40 to 50% chances. So in essence, it's going to be a coin flip. In terms of the actual amount of rainfall that we could extract from this storm system, maybe upwards of a ½ an inch up in the Cascades, but less than 1/10 of an inch to the east of the Cascades. And like we showed you, we're already running a deficit thus far, which in the water year, it only started a couple days back. So it's not that big of a deal for now, and we do have some more shower chances on the way for Tuesday and Wednesday. Those aren't looking as impressive as the chances for Friday, though. And high temperatures in the Tri-Cities will stay in the 60s and 70s for the next 7 days. Pretty seasonal stuff. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A 50-50 chance of showers for Friday, drying out by Saturday. Highs climbing back up into the mid to upper 70s early next week. Then for Yakima, a chance of wet weather arrives late tomorrow morning. A smaller shower chance for Tuesday. Highs in the 60s through Saturday, then back into the 70s Sunday. For Ellensburg, winds and rain chances picking up for Friday. Another little chance for rain on Tuesday, likely not escaping the 60s through Saturday, but 70s after that. Then for Hermiston, a coin toss of a chance for wet weather tomorrow, almost certainly dry by Saturday, near 70 degrees through Saturday, warming up after that. And then for Walla Walla, a bit breezy and wet for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Not a washout, sunny and very comfortable for a beautiful weekend ahead.
In this morning's GMA First Look, high-speed rescue.
So if you can get in front of it, slow it down, do it now, otherwise we're just going to have to see what happens.
In Fargo, North Dakota, this 2022 white Honda Pilot malfunctioning, unable to stop as it continues to accelerate upwards of 110 miles per hour. The driver, 18-year-old Sam Dutcher, trying everything he could to stop the car.
Are you able to push that e-brake and just lock them up?
And overnight, that heroic officer speaking out to GMA.
It was kind of just get in front of them and try to get them stopped. It was definitely a big relief. Just knowing that, you know, if we wouldn't have been able to get it stopped, I don't think Sam would be here to talk about it.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear more from that quick-thinking officer and talk to that young driver behind the wheel. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
The darkness of bipolar depression made me feel like life was moving on without me. Then I found a chance to let in the light.
Discover Caplyta. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Caplyta is proven to deliver significant symptom relief from both bipolar 1 and 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Caplyta can cause serious side effects. Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Report fever, confusion, or stiff muscles which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements which may be permanent. Common side effects include sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, and dry mouth. These aren't all the side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Caplyta can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Caplyta. Find savings and support at caplyta.com.
Now, the morning sprint.
The time is 6:52. It's time to get to your morning sprint this 6 a.m. hour. In your national headlines, an unexploded World War II U.S. bomb, which had been buried at an airport in Japan, exploded, creating a sizable crater on the runway. According to Japanese officials, the event caused the cancellation of more than 80 flights. No one was hurt. The device was a 500-pound bomb, and authorities are investigating what may have triggered its explosion. Officials in Hawaii say the ATFE and the Maui Fire Department found the Lahaina wildfire was sparked by the rekindling of an earlier morning fire firefighters thought had been put out. 102 people were killed in the August 2023 tragedy after an earlier brush fire erupted on the island. Hawaii Governor Josh Green announced a $4 billion settlement just days ago. Liability was not discussed. In your business news, new numbers show egg prices spiked in price this year, far more than any other food item the government tracks. Fresh fruits, vegetables, and bread cost less. Meat and milk were around 3% higher, but eggs soared 28.1% to an average of $3.20 per dozen. Experts say there's one big reason: bird flu. The CDC says bird flu has impacted more than 100 million birds since January 2022. In local headlines, there are several election races across the region that are ramping up as we get into the final weeks before the election. One of those races is the District 4 congressional race in Washington. Late last month, incumbent Congressman Dan Newhouse announced he would debate Sessler in 2 debates, but Sessler says if Democratic write-in candidate Charissa Boyd can't participate, he will not participate. His campaign made the statement that although Sessler disagrees with Boyd's politics, he, quote, believes she and her party must not be disenfranchised for the health of our democracy, end quote. The city of Walla Walla is getting ready to celebrate the opening of a store of an international brand, Old Navy. The store is located at the Walla Walla Town Center and is one of 16 company-owned stores that are planned to open this year. The event starts at 10 a.m. this Saturday. A Richland bakery has launched a GoFundMe after the passing of one of its co-founders. Ethos Bakery and Stone Mill co-founder Scott Newell passed away last weekend. The bakery will be closed at both locations today with the hopes of reopening Friday. The GoFundMe will help the small business cover expenses during the closure as well as during the time of transferring ownership. If you'd like to help, go to applevalley.newsnow.com. The Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce and Home Builders Association is hosting an elected leaders reception tonight. The event is from 4:30 until 6 at the Reach Museum in Richland. The event is an opportunity to meet and greet along with ask questions to the elected officials. 2 College Place police officers have been awarded life-saving awards for saving a local man's life. The 2 officers performed CPR on the man until medics from the College Place Fire Department could get to the scene. Officers are being honored after their life-saving actions, and the man they say saved was able to thank them at a recent city council meeting. Well, here's something unusual for you. The original mold involved in the discovery of penicillin is going up for auction.
This piece of history could fetch up to $50,000. Scottish bacteriologist Alexander Fleming accidentally stumbled upon the world's first antibiotic after leaving a stack of staph cultures next to an open window in 1928.
All right, he created and inscribed the medallion containing the mold as a gift for his niece. Penicillin changed the course of modern medicine and has helped curb many diseases over the course of the 20th century. $50,000 for that. Incredible.
A little guy like that, yeah.
Well, the 2024 Fat Bear Week contest is underway. Members of the public can weigh in on their favorite bear contestants online.
Yeah, they can also watch live cams as bears gather at Katmai's Brooks Falls to fatten up on salmon before their long winter hibernation. The popular contest comes with a stark reminder that the laws of nature are always at play in the Alaskan wilderness. One bear-on-bear attack has already taken place.
Yes, so that's a very popular one. People love watching those live streams. So.
Yeah, my old chief meteorologist at a station that I worked at yesteryear, he loved to have that screensaver up. And
incredible.
Yeah, very nostalgic. Okay, let's go ahead and take a live look. Oh, it's a live look at the temperatures right now. Temperatures in the 30s. Looks like they're just mostly in the 30s for this morning. Close to freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. You might have to break out the ice scraper. A little bit later today will be warm. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Plenty of sunshine. Tracking about a 50-50 chance of showers into Friday. Little shower chances reserved for Tuesday and Wednesday as well, but high temperatures staying seasonal for the next 7 days.
It is cold outside. I show up in sweatpants. I also leave in sweatpants, so.
Says more about our shift, I think.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Northwest. Always find the latest at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Yeah, we'll be back at 5. Have a great day.